phone's charged, so we're back again to do the signatures. Now, it did give me the opportunity, whilst waiting for the phone to charge, to go and double check, and kind of made a mistake. Not really a mistake, it's not major, but I sewed all these signatures, and you're supposed to sew it at the same time as putting it in. Well, that seems to be one way. I guess there's more than one way to skin a cat, and I don't think it's a huge hardship, except I just eyeballed these, so they're not kind of, if I'm going to go by where these current holes are, they're not the same. The middle's not bad, but these end ones are sort of in different places, and so I'm either going to go so that it's not even on the back, and I'm probably going to cover it anyway, so that won't really matter. Otherwise, if I do it sort of the proper way and ignore the fact that I've already sewn these, I would end up with more bits of thread here, and I don't think I want that. So I think I'm going to use the holes I've already got, just to make life a little bit easier. So what you would do, this is now nice and dry, so it's well and truly forming a book for me. So going to trim this to the size of spine. So there's my centimetre ruler, I don't like so much. So we are talking, it is roughly about 5 centimetres wide, just a little bit bigger. So she's just over 2 inches. It is probably, because it's a bit bigger than 5 centimetres, it probably is the 2 inches. Yeah, that's lovely. And then we'll just I'll just get my scissors and cut that up there. That'll do. So I'm going to measure. So I've got 3. So we're gonna measure. So we want them to be in from the end. If you were doing this without having made my mistake, you'd kind of measure the centre. That's not hard. I'm just gonna fold it in half to get our centre point. Let's make it even easier on ourselves, because this is just template, so it doesn't really matter. So that's our centre point there, and then we've got it for the other lines as well. And why don't we, so we know we've got equidistance, fold that up like that. I'm making this up as I go along, can you tell? I just thought this is a good idea. And there, that will give me my distances. And then if I just take, I've got a Sharpie here, 1 point there, 1 point there, and 1 point there, that'll be where those 3 centres would go. And then that's to the middle, but we want to go 3/4, so we'll fold that again, and that would be where I would mark, if I had done it correctly, my next one. fold in half, fold in half again, and again. That would be where I'd poke my holes for my signatures. So that would be what I would do. And then if we bring that in, we can see that that would be one there, one there, one there. But I say I've already done this. Unless I just don't worry about the fact it's got holes in, and do it again and just not worry. It might be easier, mightn't it? Instead of faffing about. I did a double knot, didn't I? I'm going to do the centre one first, because that makes sense to me. So let's undo this. I'm going to put my glasses on, because I can't really see what I'm doing. So I'm just untying everything. It did take me a while actually to get them all untied and pulled out, and then I'm just clipping it all up, and then I remember to sort of check if anything's fallen out of place, the envelopes that are already in there, the doilies, etc. And then I'm moving all that, and then I'm sort of checking where the vintage book pages that I thought I had in there, and that's likely to only be in one. I might put that back down. Would be good to have the envelope caught in more than one place, wouldn't it? Take the bits out that's in it. There's the book page. Did I not have a book page in this? Oh, I'm going to put a vintage book page in there. That's one that I've stuck down to give it a bit of double thickness. That'll work. Okay, so I am just folding up that book page, putting it in where I want it, and now I'm going to just clip all the pages together and use my template to poke the holes in the spine of the cover. So I've got a thick pokey tool. Lots of people use owls, but I've got a pokey tool. Poke it in, the end does come out. It's one of these that got removable end, and it came out, but managed to do it in the end. So just using the template and poking all 9 holes in the spine, ready to sew the signatures in. So it's going through quite a few thicknesses. We've got the original cardboard, 2 layers of Tyvek, cardstock, and the pattern paper. So it's quite a lot of layers. So just sticking them through and then just double checking that they're all done. That I've just done. So this one's going to go in the middle bit. Let's lay this down on it. So we're going to do it so it's overlapping top and bottom a bit. In the middle there. Let's bring my thingy back and we'll do the holes in this. I don't think I'm not even on the pad there, Jez. do. So we'll just have an extra little few holes in the pages. I'm not bothered. As I say, this is the one that I was doing where I can make my mistakes. So I've now got the holes in there. So I can line them up to that centre hole. I've got my thread. I can use that same bit of thread and my needle. I did actually thread the needle, but we'll thread it again. I found my needle threader, which is essential. I hadn't used it last time because I couldn't find this, but I found it. So just put that through that hole there. There we go. That's how I managed to thread a needle. Without that, I couldn't do it. I remember when my mum I used to sew with my mum. She taught me how to sew, and she couldn't see out. She needed her glasses, and I used to go, "Oh, you're so lucky with your good eyesight." And not anymore. So going through that middle. And going through the top hole, and then find the correct hole, which is the one towards this end. May have accidentally made a new hole there in that last sheet. I'm sure it doesn't actually matter. Right, that needs to pull through with the other bit of thread as well. So that it's nice and tight. So I'm pulling that tight, pulling that up, going back through the middle, which was what is different. I might have a bit more. So we'll go through there and through the hole that we've already made. And then we're going through the top. So as it comes through the top, we're then going to go through that top hole there in the book, through all the pages. Do you know, I have the same problem when I try and put earrings in. There we go. Pull it nice and tight, and then you put this needle underneath this bit of thread here, and that's what you then tie a nice knot, and that is the signature in. Tie a couple of knots. And that is my first signature in there. I've got sneezy because I was looking in dusty places to find this. So So there we are. So yeah, and it meant I was able to add a little book page there. There's that down at the bottom. It's caught in twice. And I don't think you notice particularly that there are other holes in there. So I think that was a good move. Good decision. Glad I did it that way. Let's move slightly, it doesn't matter. I think that's why I want to decorate these envelopes afterwards. There, so that's signature one. So let's do the same for the other two signatures. Fabulous. So let's put the back signature in. So we need to undo this again. Template gone again. There it is. With this, because we just want the 3 points, I'm just going to go, it doesn't matter, I can go straight back in that centre one. So going through the middle there, take the glasses off, make sure I've got the right way up. Where's them envelopes? That's the bottom. That's the bottom. So let's go, let's get it through here. Through here. And let's pull it over. Keep hold of that whilst we pull it through. And then we'll come in through the top. So I'm going back in with my needle through there. And then through the booklet. Then a pull, go back through that one and out through there. I don't know what I was doing there, I couldn't feel anything. Pull that tight, get that needle in, get it out the other end. Push that through the middle there. Yay! Bring that up to the top. Then we're coming through the top. I'll pull the needle in before I push it through that one. Right. Let's get it tight. There we go. I might give a little bit more thread. So let's pull that a tad, pull that, pull that, there. Push that in there. Now we're knotting stage. I think I would give yourselves a bit more thread than I have to do this. Put it nice and tight. Are we nice and tight on the outside? Yep. And then just knot it. Did I knot it 2, 3 times? Certainly 2. Let's do 3, just for the sheer hell of it. There we go. So that's 2 in. Wow. So I will be covering that spine, but actually, do you know, it's looking quite neat. It's looking quite neat. So that one we know is all right. And then we've now got this one, and we can see I've sewn it in the wrong side. It doesn't matter. Wally. So yeah, then we've got our an envelope to do. Again, I'm looking to see if the other holes are any bother, and they're not really, are they? We're in the middle. There we go. Yep, I think that works really well. And actually, I think it probably looks really well. I think having the different signatures. So this will be the front, because that's where it goes, and that's the back, and that's going to have the final signature going in there. So they're just opposite each other. That's no great drama, is it? Probably works quite well, actually, that it's done that way. There, happy accident. I'm okay with that. So let's do this last one. And I'm going to want a book page, aren't I, to go in. So shall we get that done now? Oh, quite like that camera there. Quite nice because well, it's a projector, but, and that one's kind of like a fold, so we'll do that. And then they've each got a bit of vintage paper. What did I say, 1947? Something like that. 1940s dictionary. Before my time. Yeah, I just think it's shabby doodah that I've watched a lot of, and she sticks pages together. I think it's a good idea because they are old and fragile, and the just gives a little bit of help. And as I already tried to do something with this book, and it did all fall apart, but I think it's worth doing. So you've had a little bit of extra. So you've in this, you've seen how to make a single signature junk journal, as well as doing one like this that you sew into the actual cover. So you've seen both ways. I'll take those inserts out because I'm going to mess with those anyway. Oh, where am I going to put this one? Don't really want it in the middle. That's got extra doily on it. Oh, well, let's just put it there with the map. I'll stick it in there. That way round. Not sure that makes sense. I don't know why I thought, oh yeah, we'll do it the other way round. We'll put it the right way round because it's already the wrong way round. But there we go. So now I need to check which one is the actual middle that I'm doing. That one. Gordon Bennett. Make it difficult for myself, don't I? I'm gonna take one of my little clips. Clip that there to the bottom. Just whilst I'm getting this bit in. I think that might help me. Maybe. Maybe. Right. Put that through the middle. I know what's confusing me. Is that right? That's the wrong way up. But that's right because this is the back. Yeah, I think those are just going to be the wrong way up, aren't they? Because that's the way it's going. So these covers are upside down, aren't they? Yeah, those covers, but they're going to get covered in all sorts of stuff anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh dear. So I said I was going to be making my mistakes in this journal in order to learn the art. So there we go. What a wally. So I'll keep hold of that now, and I've got to put that needle through there. There we go. So now let's go back through there and out the cover. In the top. In the top that way. Don't lose the end. And then I'll tighten them all up after. That's got to go through there. Wiggle, wiggle. Through we go. Right. Now let's pull that down. Pull that through. Nice and tight. Put that needle through that first loop that we've made. Not going through the thread, you're just going round it really. Give it a good pull to get it tight. Tight on the outside. Yep. A bit like making your own little musical instrument. Did you do that at school? We did. Elastic bands around a shoebox. I remember when they said, oh, we're going to make a guitar. I got really excited. I actually thought we were going to make a guitar. Thought we were going to get wood, shape it, everything. Yeah, no, shoebox, toilet roll holder, and some elastic bands. So disappointed. And that is it. Let me check this out. Let's get this out of the way. Put that up there. Hopefully not losing it. The lid of that. Put my glasses away. Let's have a look at what we've done. So, there we go. We can see our 3 signatures in there. They all look pretty well apart. That feels quite tight. That actually looks really neat. With all the, you know, goings wrong, it's actually not bad. So there we go. That's upside down. Never mind. And slight ski whiffness going on there. They're up the right way. Got our middle there, we could trim that. So, there we go. Nice little space there. It's nice to see the pattern of the paper coming through. That's caught in nice. Got this nice pocket. Nice doily. I still love that effect. We've got space at the bottom and the top. There we go. So apart from that lapse of concentration with sewing it, this should have been sewed at the back. Well, I made the mistake, didn't I, with the first signature of putting it in the wrong way around. Because this first one that I put in the middle, I clearly didn't take any notice of these flowers, but that will be, these are going to get covered in things anyway, so we won't notice. So there we go. So we just need to decorate the cover, do a fastening. I'm going to decide how I want to fasten it, and yeah, and then we decorate on the inside. So hope you enjoyed that. We got there in the end, but I think that's a mistake I won't make again. They're not perfect. They're not perfectly aligned there. The middle one is below the other two, but I'm not bothered. It's a junk journal. I'm not bothered at all. So join me for the next one.